Hey everybody, this is Jeremy Wellborn, and I am in my garage after a 400-mile trip to Dallas today. I now have 1,802 miles on the car, and I am having a blast with this thing. It is such a fun car to drive. Killed a whole bunch of bugs today. As you can see on the windshield, front end is trashed with bugs. But I didn't want to talk to you about the driving experience, which is phenomenal. And I don't want to talk to you about the styling of the exterior of the car, which is amazing. But I do want to talk to you about the interior. After having spent 1,800 miles inside this car, let's talk about the interior, because it is honestly the most refined and most well thought out interior that Corvette's ever had. So there's a couple of things that I want to highlight that I actually would prefer would have been different. And then there's some things that I want to highlight that are fantastic. So let's start with the things that I wish were a little different. And I'm going to go ahead and just shut the door, my driver door, so that the car is a little quieter with the engine running. Well, first of all, I'm going to start over here underneath, well, in the floorboard. And now I've lost my light. So we're going to open that door back up. I want to start down here in the floorboard with this accessory outlet, okay? I prefer to charge my phone with that outlet because it charges my phone faster than just plugging it into the USB port in the center console. The issue is that I can't actually reach that around the wall of buttons here, and I can't reach all the way down there. My arm's just not long enough. I probably have another foot to go before I can reach it. So I wish there was a 12-volt accessory plug available somewhere over here on the driver's side or in this center console. Okay, that's number one. Not a big deal. The next thing that I don't like so much and that I would change, when I've got my hand right here, firm grip on the, a good solid grip on the wheel, man, these paddle shifters are in just the right spot. You can have your hand up here, you can have them down here, and it's very comfortable. It just fits your hand perfectly. But to reach for either this control or actually the one over here on the right as well for the wipers, you have to basically let go of your grip and move back. It's not a big deal, but it's kind of back there, and so if you don't have really long fingers, really big hands to reach, you do have to, reach for it and release your grip on the steering wheel. All right, so that's another little minor thing. The third minor thing that I wish was a little bit different in this car is that when you activate Z mode, of course, it puts you in however you've got your mode configured. When you deactivate it, it automatically sends you back to touring mode. And so you can hear the exhaust got quieter, and I'm not in my mode, which I've got set to a louder exhaust. I wish it would take me back to the mode that I had it in to begin with. All right, so that's number 3. And then the fourth thing that I wish was a little different was regarding the visor that's up here. So when you, and you can see right now what I'm talking about before I even say it, when you pull your visor down to block the sunlight, it leaves you a very small space for your for your field of vision. This is as far up as you can push this visor. You can't push it any farther up. It's blocked by this, and so it doesn't allow you to push it all the way up against the windshield like a lot of cars would. So for when I've got it right here and I come up to a traffic light, a lot of times that traffic light disappears and I have to adjust this. So I would prefer that this had the ability to move farther towards the glass. But again, all of those are minor things. So let's talk about things that I just, after 1,800 miles, I'm just blown away by this interior. Let's talk about the incredible things that they've done. One of those, of course, is we've got the ability to set the passenger side for person number 1 and person number 2, so that your seat is always where you like it. You don't have to fool around till you get the seat set back like you wanted it after somebody else has been in that passenger side seat. It's fantastic that they did that. The other thing over here is this Bose Performance Series stereo. 14 speakers, 125 decibel output. Man, you can't ask for anything better. It is amazing. I can't demo it because I'd be violating copyright, and so I'm not going to do that. But anyway, and you wouldn't hear it the way you can hear it, the way it sounds in here anyway. But man, I'm going to tell you something. It is a fantastic 14 speaker sound system. All right, so How about field of vision? Of course, we know that you've got, a blind spot there, but this rear view camera provides all of the vision that you need for your blind spot. It is a lifesaver, and I love the fact that we've got this rear view camera in the car now. All right, another thing that I think is really, really good is that the design of the wall of buttons is very intuitive, and your driver's controls are up at the top, so you don't have to look away, to see them. As far as looking away from the road, you don't have to look away for a long period of time, and they're intuitive. Once you've kind of memorized the position, very easy to control and manipulate. So they really thought that out well. A lot of people have concerns about that. And I guess the fit and the finish and the quality of this interior is fantastic. Can't say enough about it. But here is, with regard to previous Corvettes and all of the things that you want in your interior, these cup holders right here are the best cup holders that Corvette has ever had. I went to Buc-ee's and I got this extra large 44-ounce soft drink. I've got my 32-ounce cup right here that I started with today. They both fit in the cup holder. They're not going anywhere. And so when I launch this thing and I take off and I'm flying down the road, these cups aren't going anywhere. They're not going to spill out. They're going to sit right where they're supposed to go. And compared to previous generation Corvettes, these are the best cup holders we've ever had. So, just a quick overview of some of the things that I would change if I was designing this interior myself, and some things that I just think are absolutely wonderful. This steering wheel too, by the way, all of the controls that you have on this steering wheel, fantastic. Just a fantastic steering wheel. The Squircle is functional. It's perfect. There's nothing that you have to do to figure out how to drive with this particular type of steering wheel. It's wonderful. So let's put it back over into, pop it back into my mode, get a little better exhaust note, and give it a couple of revs. And with that, I want you guys to enjoy the drive.